So if you're watching this, that means that you are watching this, post facto. I am currently figuring out how on earth to get this URL onto Patreon. So, fast forward, unless you want to see me, hear me from over here, scream at a computer. I'm really excited. This is really exciting. It's going to be really nice to, not have to worry about juggling. How many people, like 50 is a big one at a time, and I feel much more comfortable at around the 15, 20 mark of folks. It's the juggling, and I get sidetracked, and later I'm going to sleep or whatever, and then right after, and I'm thinking, oh, there's that point I just dropped, and I didn't mean to, but I'm doing my best. It's not upset with myself, I wouldn't say. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let's go to YouTube. I should have access to my own live stream, I'd imagine. I'm so techy. I'll do finger puppets while I do this. Oh, there's no, the light's in the wrong spot. Okay. Wrong. Switch account. You can see some great videos on the other Ryan Lendt. It's also me. Hey. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, let's go here then. It's not helpful. There's one of me and my dog singing a song I wrote. It's called Hair Stuff. It's good. Then for the... Well, I'll tell you about that later. All right, here we go. Where would it be then? How do I... is it here? Could it be here? No. No. Okay. Where's my... I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. Here we go. Okay. The laundry's going. You can listen to the laundry. Okay, we're unlisted because nobody's here. This is good. Start thing one. Figure it out. La-da-dee-da. Do that. Do that. It's funny it doesn't give you the URL when you're doing it. Here we go. Live streaming. Should be going on right now. Live control room. Okay. There it is. Live dashboard. Come on. Come on, go here. Did I just figure it out? I clicked. Nothing happened. Nothing's happening. Manage. Yeah, manage this one for Pete's sake. Currently, okay, good. Oh, wait, what's this? Share. Oh, so incredibly intelligent over here. Man, am I smart. All right, folks, here you go. All caps. First live stream. Gotta say, Patreon live stream URL. And boom. That's it. Oh, I need exclamation points. Clearly. Bam. Let's see. And publish now. What does this mean? Publish now. Patrons only. La la la. Bam. You should all get the email now. And let's just see how long it takes. I'm a little early. I tend to... I'm a if you're not early, you're late kind of guy. Look at... I'm not even gonna... Shh. Maybe I should comment on the original post. I wonder if you... Man, I had this going earlier. Now I'm upset. The input jack is a little iffy. It needs to be worked on, but I'll talk about it when anyone shows up. If anyone shows up. If you all watch this post facto, it'll just be... It's totally fine. There we go. It'll just be me yapping away to scream. Oh, somebody's here! Woo! I gotta get the comments so I can see them. Declare yourself. Two people are here. Woo! I gotta go back to here so I can see the Is that, what's this? No, not that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Live dashboard? No. There's two people here. Somebody type. Oh, you did type something. Okay, but it went away. I gotta find the spot where I. Forgive me here. This is taking a while for me to figure out where everything is. I'm trying to find, so I can see your comments for longer than 2 seconds, because I'm really looking forward to this being a nice, conversation where things don't get dropped, due to, yeah. Oh, I know. I have the URL. I just go to the URL. Bam. Kabam. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Here we go. No, somebody left. Oh, they may have said, oh, it's Sloth. It's me and Sloth and somebody else. Who's here? I don't need to watch myself. I just want to see the comments. Chris Katowski, what's up, man? How are you? Chris, that's awesome. Love seeing familiar faces. Where did this go? Four people are here. Oh, no worries, Sloth. I appreciate you showing up. There we go. We're in business. Okay. What are you up to today, Sloth? Forgive me again. I'm looking over here and looking over here because I didn't do the thing I said I was going to do last time. Oh, there's only one person. No worries. No worries, Sloth. Oh yes, packing your house. That's fantastic. This is driving me crazy. May have to switch. Oh well, it was a nice thought. I'll work on that soon. How far is your move, Sloth? How far away are you going? And is the microphone working? No, not a big fan of packing. Who is? The microphone's working! Woohoo! Woo woo woo! I'm gonna switch. Sure. You never know how much stuff you have till you move, right? And then you go, oh, I haven't looked at this thing in a million years. But how far away is your location is my question. Kermie fell. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Kermie. Oh, that's... What is it? 8 kilometers per 5 miles, so roughly half, a little more than half. What's up, Pat? Thanks for stopping by even for a moment. Like I said, oh, someone else is here too. Show yourself. Is it Chris Bat again? Like I said, no worries if you can't, stick around. That's not a huge thing. I'm not expecting more than 2 or 3 people to show up, or even anybody. So I'm incredibly touched that anybody showed up. But this will be here. It probably won't. But I want to get into the habit of it, right? Even if this one's kind of a dud, no big deal. I'll show off my. Goodbye, Sloth. Thanks for stopping by. Say hello to your new place for me. Because I know somebody will watch this. Post facto, I'm sure they will. This was my mom bought me this guitar when I was 12. This is effectively my first guitar. I got a junky one as my first one. This is it was got to be like a 93 or 94 made in Mexico. Mim Strat. Sloth said he's gone and someone else is here. So, and it had a black pickguard on it. You've seen this guitar before, but in California, my student Brian made me at school this. Oh, there's nobody. That's fine. This pickguard, and I to be frank, I forgot it existed. But I was rummaging accidentally through things yesterday, and I decided today was the day to get this. What does he say? Is that a question, Pat? Is that a question? And do you, Pat, would you like to Skype in? I'm all prepared for Skyping in so we can have a conversation. I thought it'd be fun. Oh, you're just stopping by for a minute, but next time. Or if it changes your mind, then please. Is that a question? The American Strats are made in the USA, and the Mexican ones are made in Mexico. It says this message is held for review. It's fine. Jesus. Yeah. So, anyways, he made me this really nice wood, out of wood, in shop class. He found the design for it so it fit the thing, and it didn't quite fit. There were a couple of screws that he wouldn't have known because it's a particular pickup with a screw in a particular place, and then it was a little too big, and I clumsily whittled away with a steak knife to make it fit, and it took about an hour. But I think it looks really neat, and as it gets older. It'll look even more neat. So that's exciting. But the input jack needs work. It was working earlier, and now it's not. So oh well, we'll switch. Hello, James. He said good evening. I'm going to say this over and over and over again. Does anyone want to FaceTime or Skype in so we can have a conversation? I don't know what kind of wood it is, Chris. I have no idea. It's just a thin piece of wood. It looks like it has several layers, like it's. I have no idea. I don't know, but it is wood. It is not. 1900. Oh God. 7 o'clock. Good evening to you, and thank you for being here. What would anyone like to talk about? Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. So neat. Always need to upgrade, and this guitar has almost nothing about it that was original. Like I said in a recent video, it's fun to make it yours, so it's absolutely nobody else. Bye, Pat. Have a good day. We'll miss you. Always need to make it so nobody else has the guitar, right? And so these are pickups that I have a friend, Nick, who knows a lot about stuff like that, and I just said, make it better than it was, and he sure did. Sounds great now. And the tuners, these are great tuners. They are... I'm embarrassed to tell you, they are Planet Waves. I don't even know, does that company exist anymore? Locking cutting tuners. So you string it through and you lock it down, and as you twist, the string cuts off, so there's no jagged edge, and they're not the classiest thing, but they're very, very convenient, and they work just fine. All right, does anyone want to Skype or FaceTime in? Or bring up a topic? Or shall I play a song? Should I play a song? Don. So I keep calling you Don. Is that the right thing to do? Should I call you Mega? Derek. Any requests? I've never done one like this before, so I don't even know what to expect. Like I said, wasn't expecting a ton of folks. Took me a while to figure out how to get the info to you, but it looks like I did. My friend Joe came over for a guitar lesson today, and we did this song. So it's on my mind. I will come to you in the daytime. I will rise you from your sleep. I will kiss you in full places as I go running along your street. I will squeeze the life right out of you. You will make me laugh and make me cry, and we may never forget it. As you make me call your name, and I shout it to the blue summer sky, and we may never meet again. So shed your skin and let's get started, and you will throw your arms around me. You will throw your arms around me. All right, there's 5 people here. Derek is one of them. I'm guessing James is still here. Pat's gone. Is Chris still here? At least 2 people need to reveal yourselves. I'm in you at daytime, and I watched you in your sleep. I met you in high places. I touched your head and touched your feet. Good, Chris. So if you disappear out of view, you know I will never say goodbye, and we may try to forget it. You will make me call your name, and I'll shout it to the blue summer sky, and we may never meet again. So shed your skin and let's get started. And you will throw 7. You will throw. You will throw your arms around me. Now 5 of you owe me a who's here. First of all, thank you guys for supporting me on Patreon. It means a lot, and it's nice. 8. Oh my God, we're quadruple my expected audience. Declare your identity. Of course, you need the money to eat and so forth, but and I say this and I mean it. It means a ton that what I do, helps you out to the extent that you feel compelled to support me on Patreon. That's just the most lovely thing to me. So who has got a question of some sort? Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep strumming manfolk over here. It's a Matt Nathanson term. 9, quadruple and a half. What should I talk about? No one's. Okay, I'll play another song then. I'll fart my way through. So much easier on an electric. He's riding on a motorbike in the strongest winds. So I approach with tact, suggest that he should relax. Freebird, what's up, Sean? He's always moving much too fast. Is it F there? He's always moving much too fast. I don't know. Said he'll see me on the flip side. On this trip he's taking for a ride. He's been taking too much on him. There he goes with his perfectly unkempt clothes. And there he goes. Oh, awesome, James. Great. Thank you for waiting till after Stone's solo. I love that question. Okay, bar chords. First of all, James, what kind of guitar are you playing? Electric or acoustic? Well, it doesn't matter. The answer is, if you're playing an acoustic, it's gonna hurt. It's never gonna stop hurting. When I play for more. I played a gig like, I don't know, what was 6 weeks ago or something. Oh, perfect, awesome. I'll still go on this point though. Like 6 weeks ago, and how much do I play the guitar? I play the guitar a lot, right? And my hand was absolutely on fire. You have to take little breaks. But a way to get around that on the electric. We'll forget about technique for a moment. But on an electric, what I like to do if I know I'm going to be playing for a long time, and if like sound quality isn't the most important thing, is I'll put like electric strings on my acoustic, tens, medium electric strings. You can go 11s. You can get 11 acoustic strings, I think. Go lighter on the strings. But James, what gauge strings are you using? Not at the moment, Chris, but you're in Boston. That's awesome. I have a friend, and you know him. You know him. David Nutter's in Boston. It's funny that we're gonna. Don't worry, James. I won't forget about you. It's funny that David and I became friends because we had been emailing. Oh, he sent me a Christmas card or something, which I just love that. He would just watch my channel. I don't know him from anything other than YouTube, and we were emailing back and forth. And I had planned to go to Fenway, and another YouTube friend had offered me to stay at his place. And then for one reason or another, that didn't work anymore. And I just emailed David Nutter and I said, "Can I stay at your house for 3 nights?" Then he asked his wife, and she said yes. And now we're the best of friends. So Boston is tens on a Les Paul. Okay, good. Oh, that's good too. So. Boston is dear to my heart because I lived there until I was 7, and not at this moment, Chris, but yes, in the future, definitely. In fact, I would do it just for fun. Like next time I'm gonna go hang out with David, which will because Matt Farley, the poop guy, lives in Danvers, which is where if you haven't watched that video of mine and you you have the exactly right sense of humor, that's a fun one. Lives there, and I'd like to go see one of his concerts before October. Is when. So maybe, Chris, I should just find a little coffee shop to post at, and maybe a few folks will come, and it'd be a good time. That sounds great. Okay, 10s on a Les Paul. 10s are good. Try 9s. I have 9s on this guitar. I'm trying to figure out if I have 9s. Okay, I have 10s on this black one here, and I have 9s on the Strat. Try 9s. That's a great start. Les Pauls tend to have fatter necks, which isn't conducive to your hand which is conducive to your hand hurting. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about that. You playing a Les Paul, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm not gonna say sell it. go buy another guitar because that would be ridiculous. But this guitar, for instance, this is a Telly neck, and Telly's necks come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. This is a particularly thin one, and I tend to like particularly thin ones. The SG necks for me, they call them baseball bat necks. They're huge, and I have trouble with it, which is, but less so recently. I don't know why. So try 9s. Tuning to E flat's great because that makes them a little looser. Do you find, James, that absolutely, Alice in Chains in live, definitely lots of bar chords. Do you find that one particular bar chord hurts your hand the most out of the 4, right? Root 5 major, Root 5 minor, Root 6 minor, Root 6 major. What's up, Brent? How are you? Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for being a Patreon supporter. I've given a hearty thanks, but I'll give a mini thanks here. It means a ton to me that you guys have taken the time and the $1, or more in a couple of cases, to do that. It's special. I love what we're doing here. But just to keep you hopeful, I mean, that's like a thing that you're in shape for, right? When I don't play a lot, yeah, it just happens. Like, I hate to say this, James, it's just part of playing the guitar. Your hand is going to hurt. I mean, like, there's some songs on the acoustic where my hand hurts by the end of the song. Yeah. And how long have I been playing guitar? It's completely unavoidable. Yep, palm and thumb. That's exactly right. That's where you squeeze, right? That's where the squeezing happens. So try 9s. It's amazing how much a little tiny change will extend your before cramping time. I can't imagine, and also, how long have you been playing, James? Because also, as you get more comfortable with the thing, that's another thing. So lighten your strings up and just keep swimming. Because as you get more comfortable with doing that, your hand gets more efficient, or whatever, your brain, gets more efficient at doing the thing that it needs to do. But that didn't. It's just so frustrating. It is so frustrating, and I think I'm to the point now where, and it's nothing in particular, where I'm just so comfortable because I've played for so long and so much, right? On and off for a while. Yeah, and that'll be it. Because on and off for a while, it's not like I talk to a lot of guys and gals who think that I didn't play for a week. Now I've forgotten everything I've ever known. That's not the concern for me. I think you should play whenever you feel like it, and don't play whenever you don't feel like it. That's what I did. I didn't play like non-stop all through high school or anything. It went in the closet for like 2 years at one point. But that is one thing you will lose. It's kind of like golf in that way, since everything's like golf to me. If you don't do it, you're gonna lose something, and I think stamina is the thing you're gonna learn. So I'm again not one for like assigning assignments to myself, but if my goal was to make my hands stop hurting so much, I would say play one song with bar chords in it every day. One song, that's it. One you like, don't make it one you don't like. But for sure, the on and off thing, and see if that helps, and switch to nines. Just do it. You're gonna be like, oh my god, it feels like spaghetti noodles, and it does. Lightning Crash is one was the one that starts on. Don't worry, Pat. We're getting. Oh yeah. Yep, Come Back is a good one. Oh, also, so there you go, James. You just said it, because the F is going to be the hardest bar chord to play, because you have to press the hardest right by the nut, right? If you try to press immediately by the nut, you can't push the string down. It's impossible. So it could be, conferred? I don't know. That the closer you are to the nut, the harder it is to do. So I think you'll find. Hi. Oh, excellent. Great question, Sean. Great question, Sean. I think you'll find that if you don't play a song that uses the F bar chord, you'll last longer. So like Pat said, Come Back by Pearl Jam. Because it's all up here. And this will get easier, but it never gets easy. My hand still hurts. I've been playing, non-stop for a dozen years, and I've been playing for a total of 24 years. Not really non-stop. At least for an hour every single day. I can live with easier. Yeah. So play one song with bar chords every single day, switch to nines, and this one's going to hurt the most. Just be aware. Take breaks. It never goes away. It just gets easier. How many? Derek. I'm going to try to remember Derek. Okay, Sean, extremely new to electric guitar. Any advice on amp, pedal? I love how you spelled that like poodle. Basic setup. Okay. Sean, does anyone, by the way, want to Skype or FaceTime in and be on the show? This is called The Cone of Silence, by the way, because my favorite TV show in the history of the universe is Get Smart. Anyone know Get Smart? I bet you Pat Prime knows Get Smart. And that's the silly device that comes down when they want to have secret conversations, and it goes wrong. It might come down like 8 or 10 times throughout the course of the entire series, which is five seasons or something, and it goes wrong in a new way every single time. And I just think it's the funniest thing ever. So Cone of Silence is where we are. So Sean, do you own an electric guitar already? I can't believe nobody wants to Skype in. Are you shy? We're all friends here. That's the point of this. That is the point of the cone of silence, is that we are all friends and everyone can feel free to say whatever they want. Waiting on Sean's, does he already own? I think it's a couple of seconds delayed, live streams are. Does Sean already own an electric guitar? No, I forget. That was pretty good. That was pretty good for first try. Sean's not answering. Well, let's see. Here, I'll answer it hypothetically. Or maybe it's more delayed than I think it is. I wouldn't, no matter, even if you're a multi-gazillionaire, if you're buying your first... Yes. If I email you back on my phone, it'll say sent from my shoe phone. Okay, you already own one, and I'm really happy you know that show, Sean. It's just the best. Not the movie though. That wasn't for pure Maxwell Smart fans. That was to entertain the masses in 2012 or whatever it was. Oh, awesome, Brent, you're gonna Skype in. You're gonna Skype in. Yeah. Oh, Sean, Skype in will answer your question, and then Brent can go next. It's super delayed. Oh, that's okay. Well, we'll have a real-time conversation. Okay, Skype, Sean, you should be able to look me up by my phone number, and I'm about to give out my phone number here. Or you could just, well, but whatever. My phone number's on the internet, so I'm sure you guys will be. What am I trying to say? Unless I can look up my username here. Oh, that was a great move, Sean. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, you tell me when you're Skype in, we'll talk about that. This is the Skype pedestal here. There are 3 Ryan Lentz on Skype, and they are all me. So you can you can look them up and like wave at them or whatever. Or you can just look me up by my phone number. You can look me up. My phone number is 925-878-1254. For your Skyping, I think you can look me up by phone number, because that's my account, and my name is Ryan Lendt, obviously. So we'll just wait, and then we'll answer the questions about your guitar. I don't have another iPad. That'd be good. I could clean this off a little bit. How is everyone on this lovely Sunday? I'm having just the best day ever. I woke up, and when you wake up and you're not with it yet, but you know you're either gonna dread or love the day. And I woke up going, oh, what am I excited about today? And it was this, and right after this, I'm gonna go. I learned our pitcher's mound is a disaster at our baseball field, so I watched a YouTube video, and I got the tamper thing, and I learned what to do, and I mined my backyard for clay, because our backyard is just clay, so it's perfect. And I'm gonna go fix our pitcher's mound before our game tonight. It's gonna be great fun. Ibanez's are very cool. I think there's no such thing as a bad Ibanez, and I'm guessing you didn't pay all that much for your guitar, so that was such a great move. It was completely ridiculous. Wow. Derek, I'm going to just say that 6 times so I remember, has an Ibanez too. When will Sean Skype in? When will it happen? He's not Skyping in. Yeah, but first I worked on this. I don't know if the 8 people who are here, what is there, 25 of you guys? I don't know how, but I worked on this guitar. This one got a new pick guard that my student made me a couple of years ago, and it was just sitting there because I knew it was going to take a little bit of time, and you know how things go. So isn't it just lovely? You've seen this guitar before. It had a black pick guard. I've had this since I was 12. trying to stay entertaining while Sean Skypes in. Come on, Sean. Oh, also I made myself coffee. Oh man. But like the almost espresso Bialetti thing, I just think that's the best because it's not quite espresso, but it's not, weak coffee, and this is one of my favorite mugs. World's best teen mom grandma. I happen to really enjoy that show. Yeah, totally. They just call it Ibanez and then it's up for you to know, right? Like you can tell. GCA 60, woo! Thank you, Sean. You'd have to just know, right? So it's not like you can tell which I hate about Epiphones, is the headstock. You just, like, if I see someone on stage playing an Epiphone, I'm like, really? You have to you just have to have a Gibson. Which I've been brainwashed. It's been successful on me. GSA 60. GSA 60. Guillermo Sosa. No, that's with a little dash on it. Doesn't look like you. I'm reading that right. GSA 60. Yes, they have very fast necks. Absolutely, James. And you deserve that midlife crisis guitar. Unless they get all that nanotechnology that's supposed to flow through our bodies and fix all our problems as they happen, and then it might be your quarter life crisis, right? But we don't know. We don't know yet. Oh yeah, anyway, so I love the show Teen Mom. In fact, one of my songs was on the show Teen Mom, but I didn't even know it was on the show Teen Mom until I was watching Teen Mom, just legitimately watching it because I like it. And the song came on and it was just like, it was bugging me. I'm like, man, do I recognize that? What is that? And then I was like, oh my God, that's my song. And how it got there is even funnier. How it got there is even funnier. I had this friend. He's no longer my friend because he doesn't want to be my friend, not the other way around. His name's Barack Spies. And we used to make music together. I played, we became friends like at the end of high school, and we both discovered we played music, and our bands played together. And then I played bass in his band, and he went on to have an actual career. Oh, no worries, Brent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoever gets here first, I don't care. Skype me. My number's 925-878-1254. That's my Skype ID. So I'd imagine you can. Oh, it's Sean. Oh, there he is, Sean Loomis. Yes, he found me. Do it, Sean. Go. Woo, woo, woo. Yeet. It's my favorite exclamation. And anyway, so he helped me record an album, which has Lonely on it, which you may have heard. Oh, Sloth is back. Okay, Sean Loomis, you are more than welcome to Skype. And so all of my files were on his computer because he was pretty good at mixing and mastering. And turns out the job he got was doing soundtracks for shows such as Teen Mom for MTV. And so I guess he used my song thinking I'd never find out. He's out of boxes, his Sloth, thinking I'd never find out, and little did he know. So I sent an email that just said, "What are we doing? We're waiting for." I love that question. Well, I'm telling you my Teen Mom story. we're waiting. We're waiting on Sean to Skype in so we can talk about new to electric guitar purchases. World's best Teen Mom grandma. And yeah, so I sent him an email that said simply, "Bet you never thought I was a huge Teen Mom fan." And he didn't respond to me. He's really mad at me for something still. It's been a long time. And it was he helped me with my album a bunch, and he sent me over one of his songs hoping I'd add some guitar parts to it. And I didn't not do it. I just took a long time to not do it, and I was totally going to do it. But I just didn't. You know how things go. And he got really mad and decided we weren't friends anymore. Okay, we've got. Oh, he's updated. Laptop issues. No worries, Sean. No worries. I'm having a lovely time. This is exactly what I hoped it would be. We took a minute to sort of get lubricated there. Waiting patiently, and now I feel like we're having a nice time. And Sloth ran out of boxes. And anyone who wants to Skype in may Skype in at any moment, whenever you feel like it. I've always wanted to do this. My waiting patiently. I used to love those radio shows where people call in, and my favorite in Pittsburgh was a guy named Bob Logue, and I loved the heck out of the show. And I was 11, and I listened to it every night, and I didn't have any clue that it was aimed at senior citizens. It basically was. To what works for a second guitar over a rhythm part. Oh my God, yeah, that's such a great conversation. Why don't we talk about that right now? So, well, I'll just talk about one thing about that. And Sean, whenever you're here, we're waiting, and just no hurry, but don't wait because I'm in the middle of a conversation. So, James, okay, so here's just one thing about that, because it's such a gigantic, humongous topic, and everyone has their own, favorite thing to do or whatever, and this is the wrong guitar, favorite thing to do or whatever, but a great place to start is just the rule that if there are two guitars in a band, and this is one of the things I find hilarious about the songs that you can tell Eddie wrote, and if Pearl Jam didn't exist, it would be an Eddie Vedder song, regardless of Pearl Jam being there or not. And you can always tell, because Eddie's got a guitar part, Stone plays the exact same thing on the acoustic guitar, but on the acoustic guitar, and Mike plays the exact same thing, but as power chords, and it just, Mike and Stone could be there or not, not... It just makes me laugh, and not saying they're good or bad. But the idea that if there are two guitar players in a band, never ever, not even for 1 second, should they be playing the same thing. Because then why do you have two guitar players in a band, right? If not to play different things. So, let's just take, for instance, a C chord. Let's say your progression is C, the ice cream changes in C, A minor, F, G, 1, 6, 4, 5. The first chord of the key, the sixth one of the key, the fourth one of the key, and the fifth one of the key. Arguably the most pleasing chord progression that there is, right? And if you go back to 1955, half of the songs that you hear will be 1, 6, 4, 5. But you certainly don't want two guitars. And I assume you're talking about not doing a solo while you loop, which of course you can. Yeah, a second guitar over a rhythm part. So let's find C, A minor, F, G, but somewhere else, right? Obviously, there's the bar chords, right? F, which would be a great way to tackle it. I don't tend to like, if we've already taken care of the whole sonic register from low to high, which we are when we play F, right? There's the lowest note essentially on the guitar, and there's the highest note. We've filled up all the ear space from here to here. From here to here is what I'm saying. So if you were to play F here, those two notes are they the same? No, they're not. So this note is already in this chord. No reason to play just the F bar chord, but up here. So what I'm trying to get at is your triads are really useful for this, and triads are the three notes, and only the three notes that you need to make any regular major or minor chord, and they come in three shapes and three shapes only. So let's just do, for sake of, this is not how to do it, but let's do them all as, what did James say? Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. So we're going to play C, A minor, F, G as triads, and you'll see that it's a heck of a lot more interesting, even, than just C, A minor, F, G. I'm getting a sore throat from talking. I'm having so much fun. Thanks for being here, guys, and thank you for being my Patreon supporters. This is an awesome outlet to really, for real, have a conversation of meaning, right, about something. That's amazing, Sloth. What? That is just completely incredible. Okay, so there's 3 triad shapes. You might, this will be here for you to watch later. So if you want to take notes or come back and watch later. But the first one is your D shape. It's D, just like it is. But you don't play your D string, and you can put it anywhere, right? Now the operative thing about the D shape is that the root note is on the B string. If we want to play a C chord but make it a D shape, we need to find a C note on your B string, and that is of course here, right? First fret of the B string. But then we can't play our D shape, it's too low. You could just go, but that's not any different than playing a C chord because it's inclusive. C chord is inclusive of that. So the other place there's a C on your B string is the 13th fret, because the 12th is repeating. So whatever the first fret is, so is the 13th fret. Electro pop band, and they decided to put a man with a guitar on stage as a prop. Oh my God, I saw that because I went and saw the Black Crowes, or half of them anyways, when I was in LA, and the singer, who's not the singer of the Black Crowes, was literally holding, I hate the overuse of the word literally, but he was holding an acoustic guitar which was plugged in but not turned up in the sound, and he was strumming in time, but he was just playing the same 4 chords for the entire show. Awesome. So he just wanted to see, back to your, so James, we're going to come back to that as Sean calls. Remember, we left off on D-shaped C, which happens on 12 and 13 as a D shape. So that put a pin in that conversation. Yeah, so he was holding a guitar and strumming it and playing chords, but not the right chords for the song. I knew, right? Because I can tell these things. And there were also 3 other guitar players in the band, so it's not like it was even feasible that he needed to be playing the guitar. But just so it looked like he was a guitar player as well as a singer, that drove me absolutely bananas. In fact, I'd had a few adult beverages, and Stone texted me in that moment to ask when I was going to show up at the concert the next day, and I'd had a few adult beverages, and I sent him this tirade about how ridiculous that situation was, and then I felt silly the next day because I didn't answer his question, and he didn't respond to my tirade. But then the next day I said, real answer to your question, 11 o'clock, and then he responded. Plugged in and not strumming. That's an all new level. That is terrible. Is this like, am I not? Oh my gosh. Okay. Not Skype audio, Sean. Ruthie, I'll send you the thing. Okay, Sean. You you got to turn me down in the background there.
I got you, brother.
I feel just like my idol, Bob Loeb from the Undercover Club. You're on audio. Do you want to be audio or video? Either is fine.
I don't care, man. Either is good for me.
Video in. Here, I'll call you.
How
What?
about that?
Wait. What if I just press video? What the heck?
Try the video button.
The video button. I tried it. Oh, you can you don't have to commit.
Yeah.
You can change your mind. Oh, there's me. I'm on video. Turn on.
I'm on video.
You're on video.
I see you.
I see me, but oh, there you are. What's up, Sean? No, I turned you off. Oops. Turn you back on. Okay, so
Wait.
I'm trying to figure out how to arrange. Oh, now you're gone. Where did you go? Did my phone just die? Oh no! Oh no! What just happened? Why did this happen? Okay, I have a plug here. Sean, my thing died, and it's not even not charged or anything, so that's silly. Oh, what if I just did you on my computer here, and then you can, the folks can't see you, but I can talk to you and they can hear you. We'll do that. Sorry about that, Sean. That's silly. That is just total silliness. Now, where is the thing? Here's the thing. plug that in. Loading Skype on the phone. I gotta send Ruthie the so she can attend. This is between me and Sean's problems here. Okay, Skype is up. Ooh, where's my new friend Sean? Yep. Oh, here we go. Let's do it. Here we go. Ringing. Ringing.
Hey, man, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it's gonna be Christ, I gotta send. Give me a moment. I'm sorry. I have to.
It's all right, man.
I have to send Ruthie the thing so she can join in on the fun.
That's a little bit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Bam. Do it. There we go. Okay, great. So we're talking about. I'm going to try to look at this camera and that camera at the same time. So we are talking, and eventually we'll get it so you're on the thing. They're just going to hear you and see me. So, all right. So, remind me, buying a new electric guitar.
Used. I went to Music Go Round and I played acoustic off and on for, I don't know, 19 years. Started playing acoustic again because my daughter got into it, but I went to Music Go Round, decided to get into electric, saw they had an Ibanez GSA 60. They only wanted $100 for it. I thought, nothing else, I'll get an Ivanstein,
Yeah.
take it, fix it up. I
Yeah.
put new strings on it, restrung it, went through, oiled the nut, made sure everything was running. I had to get a new tremolo bar for it, off and on, then bought a Fender Champion 20 amp.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing it, I don't know, but it's if you got any advice like on other things that you need. I mean, I can get the sound I kind of want out of it. It's got 2 single coil pickups and a humbucker on it, so
Yeah.
it's got a nice mix.
Yeah, that's cool. So, are you happy in general? Are you looking for another guitar? Like, are you happy with the way it feels?
That's a great question. The neck on it is super D-round. I mean, it feels fat.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and a couple of the Fenders I've picked up and played, they feel a little better. I mean, the neck is, in my opinion, I mean, it's easier to run up and down on the fret. However, I'll give you this though, for an Ibanez, that sucker is super smooth on the frets. There is no spurring on them at all. I'm kind of amazed I think the thing was like $250 when it was brand new.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as a bad Ibanez guitar. You only spent $100 on it, so it's like it's not even worth getting rid of. You'll have a use for it, so that's good. But you also want to chase your sound, right?
Yes.
So I assume you're a Pearl Jam fan.
Pearl Jam. I grew up in the era of Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden,
Right.
Candlebox. By the way, all your videos, I found you because I was searching for songs on Candlebox, how to learn how to play some songs from Candlebox.
Mm-hmm.
Found yours, got the rundown on them, started playing them on acoustic. That's when I ran out and bought the electric because I'm like, I can't make that sound happen on acoustic.
You can't make it happen. Yeah, so clearly you need to get a second guitar, or you probably need to get 6 guitars. I mean,
This would be the 4th one.
we all do. So you have 2 acoustics and 1 electric now.
Yes.
Cool. Yes. So you clearly need to get at least 3 more electrics.
Good with that.
What like what are we talking? And you said you like the Fenders. There is such thing as a bad Fender, so for God's sake, don't buy a $200 Fender. It just
if I'm going to buy one, it'd be made in Mexico only. I think to starting. And
yeah.
People say don't spend $600-700 on it, but you know what? I know too many people that play guitar, and they'll tell you quite the opposite.
Yeah.
That's about the entry level for payment on one.
For a decent Fender, that's actually worth having. I completely agree with you. Are we talking about Strats or Tellys?
Strats.
Yeah, I thought so because you mentioned you liking the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Tellys come in all kinds of different like neck profiles, but Strats tend to be as a generalization, they tend to be smaller. And this is a telly neck, but this is a small one. And I picked it, like I took the neck off that was on this guitar and chain. So yeah, so definitely if you're willing to, but go on Reverb and find that $600 guitar for 400 if it matters to you,
Yeah.
I tend to like used guitars because they have a thing that new guitars don't have, which is that they've been owned and played by somebody. As long as you're sure it's in good condition, but your amp is going to be you need a new amp. So what did you tell me you had?
I only bought a Fender Champion 20.
Yeah, so that's like a little Fender solid state, but sounds pretty good.
It's decent for what it's got. A little gain on it, some effects to it. Nothing. I still can't get. If I'm trying to replicate a song, which I'm trying to do a lot of, I find right now as I'm learning in the learning process of going back through, trying to learn how to play acoustic again and the notes and methodology. But I'm in replication. I want to replicate certain sounds. Like I'm a huge Alice in Chains fan, so I go drop D tune on that. I still can't pull what Cantrell does, which I never expect to do.
For sure.
Right? I mean,
yeah. So this if you're looking for like a wide swath of different sounds, which it sounds like you are if you want to play Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam, you can't play Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and try to match the sound with one amp because they're so drastically different.
Yes.
So this amp, this is the Line 6 Amplify. I can't recommend I consider this a toy amp because it's not a tube amp. Like tube amp is the thing, but you can only get one sound or one sound profile. You can change how much gain is on your tube amp, but you can't get two different tones out of a tube amp, let alone 9. Right. So if for the money, I think this is the biggest one that they sell, and they're all the same. It's just a matter of how large it is and therefore how loud it can get. This is the biggest one, the most expensive one, and it was $500. So like for an amp and the most expensive of its line, that's ultra cheap, and the smallest one, I don't know, $200 or $300, and you can find them used out the wazoo, and you can make any sound you want. And Line 6 is modeling the go through and try to make the fake amp sound like the real amp.
Yeah.
They electronically replicate all the tubes in a real amp, and it's really good. Like I'm not gonna gig with this thing, because for the same reason we're talking about having an Epiphone on. Nothing wrong with Epiphones. I just don't want to see someone on stage with an Epiphone. Same reason why I wouldn't gig with this, but I record with this because it sounds spectacular, and there's like 20 different amps in it, and they all sound great. And there's pedals in there too. Yeah. Find a $300 middle version of this one, in my opinion, because I think the small one you might be disappointed. It's like this big, but the big one is totally unnecessary. I just was at my studio with the kids, so it needed to be loud, but it'll be plenty loud for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking to blow the neighbors away right now. I'm just looking to find the sounds.
Exactly. Line 6 Amplify, but that's the only one. The other Line 6 amps are kind of junky, like the Spider and all those things. Steer clear.
Got it. Cool. What about pedals, man? What about effects?
Yeah.
And I'm in toy mode right now, where it's like it's a novel idea to go buy the gear and start trying stuff out, and that's killer. But yeah.
For sure. We have Sean Skyping in with his questions. I'm sorry you can't see him. You can hear him. I'll get all that figured out someday for the 10 of you. This is fantastic. If you're in toy mode, go buy a Boss multi-effects pedal, and it'll have like tons of Boss pedals in there, because the Boss pedals are $100 or $150 each, right?
Right.
And that you don't even know if you're going to like that pedal. And the multi-effect pedal might not have... no offense to your Spider, James. You absolutely can. I just offended James Spider. No offense to your Spider if you already have one, but if you're trying to get 17 different sounds, you don't want to get a Spider. You can absolutely dial up some good tones, but not 40 good tones. 3 or 4 good tones on a Spider, 100%. What was I saying? Oh, because if you don't even know if you like the pedal or not, and you go spend $150 on it, or you could spend, they're expensive as far as effects pedals, multi effects pedals go, the Boss ones, but they're really good. They're great things, and they have a gazillion different effects in there. And this amp has an amount of effects in it. It has like 12 or 14. It's got like 2 distortion pedals, the Tube Screamer, which Pearl Jam uses a lot, and the classic distortion from Boss, which does Nirvana use that one? I feel like that. But that's it for distortion pedals. But the Boss one will have a swath.
Right, cool. Then I've seen several, like, obviously YouTube is the place to go, and tons of people out there, but I've seen a lot of people talking about the Boss pedals.
Yeah.
So cool.
Cool.
You were talking about strings, man, earlier.
Yeah.
And people talking about pain and playing acoustic. I'm still fighting back to get the calluses and everything back.
Yep.
What size string did you say? 9s? For the electrics?
I put 9s or 10s on my electric. Those are both pretty thin. And I definitely don't put anything thicker than 12 on my acoustics. And I'll even go 11 if I know I have a gig coming up when I have to play for a while. I'll put 11s.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
It helps.
Yeah, I put Ernie Ball 11s, I think, on mine.
On your acoustic?
Yeah, my Fender acoustic.
Yeah.
And then on the Ibanez, I think I don't remember what size I bought, but that's a good thing to know, because I think the ones I got are a little uncomfortable to play. So.
Absolutely, and neck profile on an acoustic is really important, because if it doesn't feel comfortable in your hand to begin with, it's really not gonna in a half hour after you're playing the bar chords.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah, man. Like I said, though, you've helped me out a lot. I appreciate it, because I'm starting to get into. My wife's getting a little, I think, antsy about all the guitars that are showing up.
Nice. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge to. I guess we're going to convert one of our guest room we have into a music room now. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. It's fantastic. Any other questions, Sean?
No, man. I'll let you get back to it so you got other people to talk to, but it's good meeting you.
Nice to meet you, too. I appreciate you calling in, and thank you.
Yeah, man. No problem whatsoever. Keep it up, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye. Well, that was fun, and you're still here. We've been going for an hour. James, sorry I insulted your amp. I don't have any experience with the newer ones. Well, my phone is charging, so we should be able to have it have it on the. Oh, what did I miss? Will the Pill's here. Will? Why are you J.R. Young? You. I love my conversations with Will. Tube Screamer or bust. I agree, Pat Prime. And yeah, again, I have no experience with the latest ones, but if you're gonna spend, I mean, if you like it, that's awesome, and you should play whatever you like. If you don't have anything, and you he's not offended. If you don't have anything, and your goal is to make 40 different sounds, then the Amplify will do better for the Spider. But I don't have any experience with Spiders since 2014. Who is gonna call next? I forget. We were talking about triads with. Brent was gonna call, and we were talking about triads with who now? Who was I talking about triads with? Was it Don? I mean Derek? Yes, I remembered Derek. I feel like I could do this for like hours. It's been an hour, and I feel like it's been 15 minutes. This is so fun. Where is this? How did I miss this? Who was it talking to? Was it before the cramping? No. Why am I having trouble with this? Somebody help me out. Matthew Dangerfield, what's up, man? Okay, James. James, it's your turn. Or anybody who wants to call in. James was from looping. Oh, okay. James, call in. Or were you asking me the looping? I enjoyed that call in. It was like a momentous moment feel like one of those radio guys who are like, caller number 12 gets the free gum. Oh, it was James. Oh, good. James, call in. Do you want to? Do you want to call in? You don't have to. But I'll continue that conversation whether or not you call in. I'll just let you call in if you feel like it, and I'll continue the conversation until so. James was asking about, quick recap. James was asking about what do you play if you're the second guitar player, essentially. So we're talking about the progression. Where did I go? The progression. Okay. Are you sure? No, because I Skyped with Matthew Dangerfield in England, and we had a lesson, and it was fun. How are you, Matthew? And I Skyped with two other kids in England as well. It's really fun. I get to sit down here in the basement and teach people all over the world how to. This is just really just. My mind is boggled. That's awesome, Pat. You got a buddy in Japan. Anyways, you're welcome to if you want, James, but no pressure. So we're dealing with the progression C, A minor, F, G. And the rule was if there are two guitar players in a band, nary should the two be playing the same thing. And so we were saying when you play C, the first chord, we could play our C bar chord up here, and sure, you would get different stuff, right? But the problem I have with just playing the C bar chord is that this note is in. You're welcome anytime, Matthew, but no pressure or rush, of course, but I'm always here for you. That note and the ensuing half of this chord is already in this chord, so there's no reason to play that whole chord. So let's play a C chord that's completely different than this chord in as much of where on the hertz it is, right? So we've got our D shape, and if we want to play a C as a D shape, the root note of this shape here, the triad, the three notes and only the three notes, you need to make a major chord or a minor chord, but this is a that's okay, Matthew. But this is a major chord. Is the root note or the D-ness of this chord is the B string 3rd fret. So we're looking for a C following that logic on the B string, and that happens on the 13th fret. Because D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or the quicker way to figure that out is the B string 12th fret is, that's all right, Pat, is the B string 12th fret's B, so 1/2 step higher is C, and then you make your little D triad here, and we now have a D-shaped C. So there's your first chord for your hypothetical progression with your looper. Okay, A minor. So the minor end of things is, well, let's just do our D shapes for the sake of it right now. So if we're trying to make an A minor with a triad, we would find an A, right, on our B string. So that's going to be B, B flat, A, 10th fret. And then you don't make a D major shape because it's an A minor chord, right? You make a D minor shape. And here we have a D minor shaped A minor. So very different, even very different from playing the bar chord, and what we're looking for is as different as possible when you're playing with your when you're playing with yourself. Ruthie, are you here? Yes. Oh, good. You didn't send me an invite. I just did. I texted it to your phone roughly 15 minutes ago. Ruthie's going to join us. Anyways, D minor shaped A minor. And then we want an F, right? So let's find an F on our B string. D, E, F. So D shape on 5 and 6. Sounds very different from, and even has higher notes. So perfect. And then G is pretty easy to figure out. If this is an F, G is a whole step higher than that. So, and here we have with just one triad shape, which is the major and the minor version of D. C on 12, 13. A minor on 8, 9, 10 as the D minor shape. F 1, 5, and 6, back to the major shape. And G on 7 and 8. And so there's only 2 other triad shapes. That's our progression. Certainly much more interesting than, not that there's anything wrong with this, but you wouldn't want to both be doing it, right? What do you mean no invite? I texted it to you. Not on your iPad, on your telephone. Wah, 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 wah. Pardon me for a moment. Oh, it says not delivered. Huh. How about now? Oh, she's here. Okay, good. Ruthie's in the living room and in the live stream. Okay, so now, so that's option 1, and the cool thing about the triads is there are 3 different shapes. There's just 3 different shapes. So you have, what would it be, a permutation of a choice of 3 times a choice of 3 times a choice of 3. James said hello to you, Ruthie. So there's quite a few options, even though there's only 3 shapes, right? 3 times 3 times 3. 27 different ways to, if there's only 3. Sloth. Ruthie knows your name well, Sloth. So then we could do it a different way. We could say the other shapes for your triads are the F shape, which of course isn't all that. It's just that. Just 1, 1, 2. Put it wherever you want. And the root note of this shape is the baby E string. So for instance, what are we looking for? We're looking for, well, let's do F here on the 13th fret and the 14th fret, because our baby E string 13th fret is an F, just like the first fret's an F, and that happens in Mario, doesn't it? Like in Yoshi's World or something, or Super Mario World. What's with the Mario today? So there's our other F we could do, and the other shape is the A shape, which doesn't so obviously look like an A shape, but check this out. When you play A, hello, I know there's, I can never play A without thinking of that song. We have, starting on the G string, 2, 2 open. So if you were to just make that down to the baby 3 strings, because we're doing a triad, you still have 2, 2 open, and if you move it up 1 fret, we want 3, 3, 1. And that's the A shape. The root note of this shape is the G string, so the 3 different shapes have a different root note. So we could now do, well, let's do it as F shapes now, just for the sake of it. So C, root note on the E string, 8th fret, C. A minor is root note A, but make it a minor, of course, so just 5, 5, 5. That's the minor version of the F shape. And then we're going to go to F, which would be down here, but that's redundant because we already have a guitar player playing this, right? So we're going to take it up to 13. And up to 15 for G. So now here's the 2 different ways. The D way, same exact progression, but it's going to sound different. The A way, or are we the F way? F way. F way. And the A way. So we got, I'm doing it way up here. 15 and 17 with our A shape. Looking for A minor. Let's see, F. Eight, 10, and 10, 12. 15, 17, 17s, 8, 10, 10, 12. But the best way to do it, think about like Island in the Sun, right? Is try to get your progression, but keep it within, like 4 frets of itself. So we could go, let's see, let's do D-shaped C. And the other reason this sounds different is because when you hear C chord, you don't realize it, but what you're hearing is root, third, fifth, root, third. Root, third, fifth, root, third, really fast. And when you play a D-shaped C, what you're hearing is fifth, root, third, which is, a different arrangement of the same 3 notes. So that's another reason why it is interesting, so or more interesting anyways. So let's figure it out within, I don't know, a hand's width, and it'll give it a neat little special motion, just like sounds nothing like. I mean, it doesn't not sound like it, but it certainly sounds much more thought out. There's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so D-shaped C. I still like our D minor shape. We're going to do A shape for F, because it's neat when they barely change, and that's where you realize like how very similar certain chords are. Here's an A minor, right? 9, 10, 8. And here's an F, 10, 10, 8. So the difference between F and A minor is only that one note changing. Different chords, A minor, F, but almost the exact same. They're only one note apart. Anyways. So there's your thing to do over your hypothetical C, A minor, F, G. And if you know the 3 shapes and their minor, cousin, and which one is the root note, and I'm going to make a video on this. Don't worry, it's coming in Let's Learn Music Theory. I really like that series. I keep thinking for a half a second that I'm out of things to talk about, and then like I have an idea that turns into 10 more videos. It's going to go on for a while. So be patient. We're going to get to everything I can get to. But I'm learning as I go too, so it might just get bigger and bigger. But anyways, the 3 shapes are D. The root note is the B string. How have I never said B string sounds like bee sting before? D root note is the D string. We have our F shape. The root note is the baby E string and it's minor, which is everything in the same fret, right? And then we have the A shape. The root note is the G string, so you're looking for like, it's easier for me to find notes on the A string than the G string. So I just go G string, up 2 strings, right? And down 2 frets, and you have your octave. So this here is a C. It's also in the same frets as your root 5 major bar chord, so that's another way to think of it. Either way, and its minor is like that, boop, 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 like stairs. So now you can play all the triads. That's it. Those are the only 3 shapes on the baby strings, which is where I, usually think about triads. But I suppose any arrangement of 3 notes that makes a chord is a triad. So there's that. Wow. I'm. What else? Does anyone else want to Skype in? I feel like. Or does anyone else have a conversation topic, or should we sing a song and go to bed? Was that helpful, James? Was that helpful? Wasn't somebody else gonna? Was it? I can picture was Brent gonna Skype in? You're welcome to if you want, Brent. Awesome. Glad to hear it, James. Okay, so I know. Oh, what was his name? His name was Chris. One of the designers of Rocksmith. So not the one who conceived of it, but the person whose job it was to painstakingly, insert all the notes into it. I think Rocksmith is an amazing practice tool. I have it. I just used it. I just like plugged it in just to check it out. I think it's an amazing practice tool. I think anything that just gets you playing as a practice tool is a great practice tool. It doesn't matter. You could play junk. It doesn't matter. If you're playing, awesome. I feel like they have such a good game there, and if they'd have just made it more like rah, like like Rock Band is, or I've never played Rock Band. What is the guitar one? Guitar Hero. That's funny. Is it because it spells it out for you so much, Derek? Is that why you can't remember it? You're not forced to actually internalize it? And everyone's different, so maybe Derek has that problem. I'm just going to say his name 42 times. He doesn't have a clue. I'm just going to say his name 42 times so that I remember his name is Derek. I think I remember like 6 or 7 real names here. Whose names aren't the names, like obviously James West. Yeah, then maybe it's just not conducive for you, Derek. If they'd have just made it more like Guitar Hero with the points and the power-ups, you know what I mean? I think it could be spectacular. I like the... I get a kick out of... And he goes blank. I get a kick out of the idea that, like, nothing at all against musician, right? Nothing at all against... Oh, that's... yeah, you should use it for whatever is useful for you to use it. I think it's great that you can plug a real, actual guitar into your console. That's fantastic. James, I just clued into what we were talking about. I get a kick out of the notion that people think that there's some magical, not you, but all the ads for musician, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna magically make you better at the thing. I tend to feel like sitting down to do it in whatever way you can conceive of, or paying for an app to help you do it. Guitar Pro 7. No experience. Is gonna work too. What I'm saying is, don't ever say I have no experience. I had a friend who worked for Fender Play, and he said he did not enjoy his experience. Well, all I'm saying is, don't say I can't learn guitar because I can't afford the $10 a month for musician or something. Like nobody learned guitar before musician. Yeah, if you want to do X, but don't ever call it practice. Even if you're terrible, say I'm going to go play the guitar. You're playing the guitar. Unless you have a performance coming up, then you can call it practice. But practice is just such a loaded term. I always go play golf. Sometimes I go practice golf. Oh my gosh, I'm going to play Aronimink on Wednesday. I might practice golf on Monday so that I can hope to break 90 at Aronimink. That would be just amazing. I'll let you know how it goes. That's where they played the semifinals for the PGA Tour last year. So that should be wild. And Justin Rose held the door for Ruthie at Starbucks last year too. Yes, the answer to everything is if you want to learn to do X, do X. There you go. You can either attempt or play golf, but don't practice it for God's sake. I like that, Sean. That was good. One thing I've gotten better at in the last few years is being comfortable with the fact that I don't know what I'm doing when I start something. Like, you feel like first you have to understand what you're doing, and then you can begin whatever it is. My YouTube channel. Look at my first 2 videos. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna, and Jason's here. What's up, Jason? Oh, isn't that funny though? Like, read if you want to get back to where you were, being decent, which is just being able to play golf, you know what I mean? You don't have to be a scratch golfer to enjoy playing golf, which is the point of playing golf. My favorite are the guys who play once a month and come out and start cursing themselves when they hit a bad shot. Read Harvey Penick, Little Red Book, right? His whole thing is, however you do it is how you should do it. Yeah. I think if you read the Little Red Book, which doesn't take too much time at all to read, it's like this thick and this big. It's a small one, and the chapters are like 2 pages long. I'll bet you shoot 2 to 4 strokes better your next round just because you read that book, and not anything in particular, just a general feeling of, you know, it doesn't matter how you play golf. You just do, yeah. Him and Doctor, what's his name? He wrote Golf is Not a Game of Perfect, which was amazing. And his thing too is if you can catch a ball, if you're coordinated to catch a ball or throw someone a ball, that takes a tremendous amount of coordination. No, it doesn't take any more coordination to hit a golf ball. So the thing that gets in the way. Oh, thanks for that question, James. The thing that gets in the way of you enjoying your golf game is thinking that you're doing it wrong, and anyone who can catch a ball is coordinated enough to hit a good putt, or that plus trying to hit the drive 350 yards all the time. That certainly gets in the way. If I could have any guitar, money, no object. That's funny too, Sean. It's funny how if you go back 10 years, there's like 10 more yards in a driver, but year to year, then that would average 1 yard. So when you go out and spend $500, which is the cost of drivers now, right? $500 or $550, crazy for like a good one that's not with a great. You could spend as much as you want, and it's funny to think that you're spending all that for. If you haven't bought a driver in 5 years for 5 yards on average. I'm rocking my Epic, my Callaway Epic that I got for maybe under $200, a little bit used, and it's 4 years old now or something, 3 or 4, and I absolutely love it. And I got a shaft that fits me. I bought it also used on eBay. And it's the perfect driver for me, and I'll rock it for definitely several more years. All right, if I could have any guitar, money, no object, what would I have? So that's hard because there's definitely 10 to 15 on my list. But definitely next, since I just got that acoustic, so my acoustic electric balance is more even. It used to be. I have 7 guitars. 2 of them are acoustic, so 5 to 2. I really want a Martin D0 in mahogany, really bad. That's probably next. Bye, Pat. Thanks for stopping in. That's probably next, and those aren't cheap. So I'm not next. Like I got that new acoustic at an estate auction for $90. If something that's halfway decent, again, $400 new, got it for Christmas when I was 21 years old, made it more awesome, slowly. If something else comes up that's like really inexpensive, but I don't think I'm going to be buying a guitar anytime soon, but that would be the next one, a Martin D0 mahogany, because it sounds like the guitar Eddie plays in. I can know how to play it. Thumbing my way. Right? I need one of those so bad. I also need a Les Paul. Because Stone's such a Les Paul guy, and I want to be in the Les Paul club with Stone. He used to use tellies. If you watch Single Video Theory, right? For yield, exactly. Need. I always say to him, not a PRS fan, Derek. I am not. I always say to my cats, you don't need food, you want food. Of course, you need food, you actually do. Yep, I need to join the Les Paul club, and then you feel like you need like 3 Les Pauls. Money, no object, right? Money, no object, which certainly is an object. Which is kind of like, also fun because you get to be creative with what you have, like doing things inexpensive, like buying cheap drivers and putting cheap relative, or whatever. What are the Gibson Threats, Sean? I have no idea what the Gibson Threats are. Is that a band or something that happened lately in the news regarding Gibson? But Stone used to play tellies, and I have my telly, my red one that I just love the bejesus out of. This is this is a Schecter, not a Stratocaster or not a Telecaster. It is the would settle for a reissue. That's amazing. Oh. I mean, well, first of all, so this is a Schecter that I put a USA telly neck in, and the pickups and the tuners. So this is my very own, what's it called? The guy with the things coming out of it. Frankenstein. This is my own Frankenstein. Oh my gosh. I was just looking at the time. This is so fun. This is my own Frankenstein. But and Stone used to play telly, so that's why, because I just love the way he plays all those yesterdays in single video theory. That made me lust after a telly, because this is not one. This sounds more like a Les Paul, because it's got Les Paul pickups in it. Anyways, did Gibson make that design? If so, they should, or they have the right to, in my opinion, to sue all knockoff makers in a YouTube video. Oh my God. Sean, send us that link. I'm sure I can just search for it myself. Yeah, P90s are just great. They don't act like you think they would. They're really, you can't push the amp with P90s. It doesn't occur. Oh, it's got taken down? How dare it get taken down? Yeah, I mean, if they truly came up with that design, then why the heck not? I don't think that's like Tom Petty suing over a chord progression, which I just don't agree with. There's only 12 notes, guys. I think you should be able to sue over a melody, like, given there's so many permutations of notes if you steal someone's melody, but the chords you can't copyright a chord progression, for the love of God. But who knows how much Tom Petty had to do with that. Nothing against Tom Petty. I don't know. Maybe he was joking around. Maybe he was bored. Maybe he was having a bad day and made a decision at a moment, and then couldn't take it back, and it was rolling. Who knows what that was all about? But I personally don't agree with it. Did I need to come back to anything? Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of copyrights and so forth, Batman is no longer trademarked. I can now open a store, because I drink this coffee every morning. I call it Batman coffee. It's espresso, warmed milk, protein powder and creatine and some various herbs that are good, and cinnamon, and I could now go open a store called Batman Coffee and put the Batman logo on my. Yeah, there's that, James, right? Ruthie has it with me every morning. I could put the Batman logo. I could get a spotlight and put it into the clouds, just like in the. Just in the. Oh, thank you, Derek. Yeah. There it is. Put it in the clouds and serve it in cups with the Batman logo, and it would be completely legal. So, needless to say, this is one of my goals in life someday, is to make a store called Batman Coffee. Thank you for sharing that video, Derek. I really appreciate it. I want to click on it right now, if I'm being totally honest, and I'm going to.
Hey everybody, Mark Agnesi here for Gibson Guitars. And today, I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about originality and what it means to play
This
authentic.
is amazing.
For 125 years now, Gibson's been shaping sound across generations,
He looks angry.
genres of music, and
He looks
genders.
angry.
all
Look at
the
that
way back
blue
to the turn of
SG
the
with the
century
P90s
with
in it,
Orville
though.
Gibson's
That is
innovations
special.
in mandolin building, through the 1920s with Lloyd Lohr's perfection of arch-topped instruments, to our fabulous flat tops of the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, which helped shape sound across all genres, to our semi-hollow body and solid body instruments of the late 1950s and early 1960s, which helped define the sound.
The look on his face is like the same
Gibson's
look
been
as those.
innovating the whole time. We want
The look on his face is the look of those people who do the the adopted child and you get a letter commercials, which I'm gonna do that really soon here.
talk to you today about
Not 'cause I
some
want the
of
letter.
those innovations. First, the one I got in my hands, the big daddy of them all, the Les Paul. This single cutaway carved maple top design
I agree
originally
with
came
you,
out
Derek.
in
They should have.
1952 and is
Like, why'd they
iconic
wait
to
till
rock
now?
and roll.
Like,
The main
and
one.
okay, also, How much are the guitars that they're suing? You know, how much do they cost? Like, is anyone ever gonna, you know, oh, I would buy a $2,000 guitar, Dean? I don't even find Deans to be, like, I would buy a $2,000 guitar, but what am I trying? The reason why they're not buying the Les Paul is because it's 3 times more expensive than the Les Paul knockoff. They're not losing any market share. Who can afford a Les Paul would not buy a Les Paul? You know.
Bears on the headstock. In 1960, the introduction of the Gibson SG with its double-horned body. It's never been out
So
of production.
dramatic.
The only Gibson solid body guitar to always be in production.
How have only
since its
8,000
creation in
people watched this
1960.
video?
We have the mouse-eared F-hole semi-hollow body design with the ES 335, 345, and 355.
I want an
that praised
ES
so many albums
335,
of the
like-
50s and 60s.
But I
All the
also
way
want,
to
on the more affordable end, I also want a, God, what are those ones that are, oh, I can't think of it. A Gretsch. I want a Gretsch. Oh, that's a repost. Thanks, Derek. Yeah, anyways, I'll watch that here. Let's skip ahead.
By the way, that's not enough to get out of a trademark infringement anyway. Contact us. We want to work with you. We want to be partners with you. We want to help bring authenticity to your
Who was that? Did Gibson post that initially? That is absurd. Oh, okay. The original was headed to viral status. Oh my God, that is terrible. What happened? How did they let that happen? That is so disappointing, Gibson. Oh man. Well, I have to get ready to go to my baseball game. I should play one more song. This has been amazing, guys. I'm gonna really look forward to this. I'm gonna really look forward to this. Maybe I should. What should I play? What should I play? Somebody tell me what I should play. And thank you all for being my Patreon supporters. I've said this a couple of times here, but I don't know who's the same and who's different. Of course, I need money to eat and breathe and stuff. But even cooler is the fact that I've done something for you with my videos that you felt compelled to spend the $1 or more in some cases on a monthly basis. So thank you for that. It's a great feeling. Say hello to heaven. Oh man. I can hack my way through it. I don't know Candlebox off the top of my head. Sorry, Sean and Derek. Say hello to heaven. It's been a long time since I made that video. I can't even. No, I can't. Nope. I haven't played that song since I made that video. Good suggestions. I just can't. I appreciate that, James. Oh my God. Thanks a lot, Sloth. Yep, nope. Red Mosquito. Oh, man. I was bitten. Must have been the devil. He was just being me. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I'll limp through Red Mosquito. And then it's I can do I got id. I'll do I got id. I'll do that. But let's see what I can do. I don't remember the first thing about Red Mosquito. Oh darn it. I know I got id. That it used to be on the radio. My lips are shaking, my nails are bit off. Been a month since I heard myself talk. All the advantage this life's got on me, I have picture coffin in the middle of the sea. I think it's coffin. I always say cup. And I fight back in my slot. I got memories, I got shit. So much I don't show. I walked the line when you held me in that night. Oh, I walked the line when you held my hand that night. Old empty shells seem so easy to crack. Got all these questions, don't know who I could even ask. So I'll just lie alone and wait for the dream where I'm not ugly and you're looking at me. And I stay in bed. How little I have seen there. If just once I could feel love or stare back at me. Yeah. Oh, I walked the line when you held me in that night. Oh, I walked the line when you held my hand that night. Oh, it keeps walking the line. You held me close that night. Oh, I paid the price. Never held you in real life. I agree, Pat. Awesome. Guys, thanks for being here. This is so fun. Like I said, I'm going to really look forward to doing this. So thank you for calling in, Sean. It was Sean. I'm sorry. There's so many names if I got that wrong. It was Loomis. Yeah, because it was Sean Loomis. That's when it rung a bell. Because I recognize your first and last name together, but when it's just Sean, I don't recognize it. Anyways, I hope some more of you. Thank you for all the fun. Chris, were you here the whole time, Chris? That is awesome. Derek, I'm going to remember Derek. That's going to be my big goal for the week. Come with questions next time, and maybe we'll have more people calling in. I thought that was really fun. I'll try to get a better situation so everybody can see with the folks and the double folks, the triangle of folks. I will see you. When will I see you next? Thank you, Jason. And when you signed up in like the next or the day after the next video, I shouted you out. So it's hard for me to check all my email and do all the comments and then look on the Patreon comment. It's just starting to get to be too much. So I did shout you out. I hope you never felt like I didn't say thank you to you. I did. It's just you might have had to watch every video. So thanks, guys. I'll see you next time with more stuff. My accidental catchphrase that I just kind of started saying and it stuck. Anyways, good luck. Have a great night. Wish me luck at my baseball game. I may or may not post a video tomorrow, but certainly by Tuesday. Adios. You guys are awesome. Bye. How do I even stop streaming?